Thank you everybody for joining me. Again, my name is Malay Penshaw. I'm the CEO and founder of Pure Global Cannabis. We're the next generation of cannabis companies. We trade under the ticker Pure on the TSX Venture, OTC, PRCNF, and on the Frankfurt Exchange under the QS. So we're the next generation of cannabis companies. As you know, cannabis is a global phenomenon. It's spreading around the world. There's already over 30 countries that have medical cannabis laws currently, with Canada being the first G7 country that has federally legalized cannabis for medical, and as of October 17th for recreational adult use. Our company is really taking Canada as a R&D hub and the area that we're developing our strategy to enroll on a global scale. As you know, Europe and South America are going very fast, and of course, the United States. Things are regulating here. Things are moving very quickly. We want to develop our strategy to replicate our model in different markets. So our company has been developed by leading industry experts that come from parallel spaces. I've put together a team of dedicated, highly experienced and skilled individuals. We're really coming at this from a pharmaceutical perspective. Our vision is to create the world's most trusted cannabis brand, and it's easy to say that, but to do that is you have to follow meticulous acumen in terms of the way you build your facility, all the components that go into the product, and the GMP compliance that is necessary to produce trusted products. So we've amassed a talented team of highly experienced individuals. I myself am a pharmacist by profession. I launched my first startup in the pharma B2B sector, where I built a logistics platform connecting pharmacies to the suppliers. And then I went on to community practice, where I launched several community pharmacies, deploying a holistic pharmacy concept, and that did very well. And then I went on to industry, helping pharmaceutical brand manufacturers with data-driven lab solutions, as well as assisting large clinical research organizations with clinical trial automation. That all really prepared for the cannabis sector when I came across in 2013. We applied for an application in Brampton, and in 2017 we achieved our cultivation license for a 40,000 square foot facility. Most excited about our VP of production, Adam Schlag. He's a PhD in plant physiology and master in science and biotechnology. Cannabis has been grown by hobbyists, enthusiasts, cottage industry experts. The real scientists had really yet to come into the industry until recently. Mr. Schlage has built world-class facilities in Asia, Europe, and Canada, and one of the few individuals that can actually execute on indoor hydroponic vertical farming systems with development. I won't go through all our team. We have additional really experienced members on our team, including VP of Marketing, who comes from Corby's. He has 15 years of experience in a number of international markets. Our Chief Medical Officer has run cannabis clinics and was one of the pioneers in the industry. Sandra Couture, Clinical Affairs Lead, comes from Pharma. Yuri Chen, really heading up our Clinical Affairs operations. Head of Supply Chain comes from VP of Shoppers Drug Mart Supply Chain, the largest pharmacy chain in Canada. Our board of directors are highly experienced individuals as well, all having run and been board members of public companies. This is an independent board. Governance is a key aspect of our operation. We see that there's a huge shortfall in governance in current cannabis companies that are out there that are publicly listed, and that's an area we feel we can differentiate and be a front runner. We also have an esteemed list of industry advisors, which we're adding to, including the former Chief Operating Officer of Novartis and Chief Medical Officer of Glaxo. This slide basically depicts our capital structure. We are one of the newest entrants into the public cannabis space. We just achieved our sales license late last week, which we're very excited about. We're very well capitalized, no debt except for the convertible debenture, $10 million, and management still owns over 20% of the company. And so we are really well positioned to be offering the highest growth potential in the sector. The median market caps out there are 190 million, average market caps 1.35 billion in Canada, and they range from 34 to 21 billion. We're just sitting under 50 million market cap as of September 30th, a little lower than that right now, but as of achieving our sales license, we've seen a nice uptick, and we're going to continue to see that. We're really focused on purification, packaging, processing, and extraction capabilities on healthcare cultivation, and developing clinical partnerships and having a robust e-commerce platform. I won't spend a lot of time on this slide, but it's basically a summary of our offering and our operations, and we'll be going through some of these in further slides. But basically, we're very much focused on medical, consumer, and pharma products. I've talked about the leadership team. We consider ourselves Cannabis 3.0, and what that means is we're really R&D and innovations driven. We're more focused on the manufacturing side. So the industry began on cultivation, moved into extraction. The next phase is now manufacturing those end products that consumers are going to grow to trust. We've also recently launched the Clinical Cannabinoid Education Network, which I'll speak to in further slides. Buy and procure product from other suppliers. And as I mentioned, we recently acquired our sales license as of January 11th. We're now in the process of expanding our facility to phase 2, which will be ready in H1. That'll enable us to have about 4,000 kilograms of production. And then phase 2 will kick in for an additional 20,000 square feet, where we'll institute our vertical farming system. We're already outfitted for some purification, some extraction, packaging, shipping, receiving, everything necessary to operate the business and enroll patients. We have secured inventory for over $3 million, so we're ready to go to market with. Our facility is GMP ISO compliant, and we're expecting those certifications in Q2, Q3 of this year. Revenue generation, distribution, again, is through clinical partnerships, through medical clinics, and ongoing relationships with supply and distribution side. So one of the things that we're very excited about, and one of the areas that we can differentiate ourselves, is we're going to be one of the first companies to execute on a vertical farming system. We've already tested this system on non-cannabis plants with tremendous results, and we hope to validate this system for cannabis in the coming months. And what this is going to really enable us to do is produce cannabis on a scale 3x to 5x versus others when you look at traditional growing methods. This enables us to utilize the vertical space in a given facility and to enhance our ability to automate and get standardized products which would lend to the pharmaceutical grade products that we're moving towards developing. We're focusing on the roots of the plant to enable consistency, and investing heavily in the environmental controls, which are absolutely necessary to avoid risk and contamination. And we're seeing a lot of those issues already in many cannabis companies that are destroying vast amounts of products because of lack of investment in that area. So again, Pure Sense, this is our Pure Sense logo, which we're going out with. Sense comes from the word sensimilla, which is the female cannabis plant, which all growers grow. And we're really after capturing that pure essence of the brand in terms of creating that trust and avoiding use of pesticides and creating a very high quality product. Again, medically innovation driven. Our focus is the client experience. We are really truly a patient-centric company. That means being in touch with the patient, being in touch with the physician community, and understanding what are their needs. This is a line of products that we're launching with currently, and we're launching with about 12 SKUs among the different sizes with these 4 products, and we're adding several other products in the coming months. So we believe the path to higher margins is through concentrates. This means using the extracts to produce all the products of the future. We, of course, are starting with dried flower immediately. Very soon we'll be adding cannabis oils. We already have the capabilities to produce soft gel capsules, seedlings, vape pen cartridges on a high scale. Soon we'll be adding sublingual sprays, transdermal patches, as well as edible and wellness products. But truly the big picture for us is the pharmaceutical products. Coming from pharmaceutical backgrounds, we see a huge opportunity in deploying pharmaceutical products that are in Canada drug identification DIN certified, and in the US that would be NDC certified. Once we get certified at a government level for these products, they can then more easily be certified around the world. And if you follow any of the analysts that talk about the future in cannabis pharmaceutical products, the thought is that these areas will eclipse many of the other areas in the coming years. So the medical opportunity continues to be a very viable and highly profitable area.
We've estimated that the number of patients just in Canada, based on a number of illnesses and ailments that we've looked at, where cannabis use is very prevalent, and we've taken very conservative numbers in terms of the estimated use in these patient groups. And we've estimated that close to 1 million patients exist in Canada currently on the medical side. And if you translate that to the US, it's tenfold that. And so it was interesting to see that once October 17th kicked in and legalization occurred, we were expecting a very dramatic downfall in medical patients. But what actually happened was very interesting. We saw an uptick in medical patients' inquiries. Patients went actually to physicians. Legalization sort of legitimized the product and opened the doors for many new users to want to use cannabis for medical purposes. Anti-aging products, nutritional products, and so forth. And we will be developing products in all of these areas, including topicals, edibles, beverages, as well as those products. CBD, we feel, is going to be very soon in everything, just like omega-3 shows up in many of foods. CBD soon will be also showing up in many formats. So let's talk about distribution and some of the partnerships that we have. As I mentioned earlier, we have an affiliation with Appletree Medical Group, which is one of the largest medical groups in Canada, with over 700 patients in their database, 35 clinics, and growing across Canada. We have a direct interface with their systems. They are a paperless medical clinic. When the doctor fills out a medical document, it's actually coming directly into our systems for faster patient registration. And we want to enhance that engagement with patients. We're hoping to move that further, where the physician is actually involved with making the product choices for the patient to enhance engagement. We're very excited to be launching probably the largest real-world evidence-based study in cannabis of its kind, which is an observational study across a number of different strains and a number of different therapeutic areas. The physician community currently is gravely lacking evidence on what cannabis is doing to patients. And this is data that we're beginning to collect, and it'll be a large-scale study that will go over a number of years and go through various phases. And what will result is a peer-reviewed, publishable data that we can go to the medical community with, not only in Canada, but around the world with. We're also involved with insurance companies and becoming preferred providers, as well as working with a number of other channel partners to enhance our patient acquisition.